too. So thanks, Isabel, because that was for you. um, yeah, so we all started differently, I guess. Tara, one person said they only have 2 students by FaceTime, but hope to jumpstart when they move back to their hometown. She wants to reach out more through Facebook, Instagram, and other social media. Um, I don't know about everybody else, but to me, word of mouth is the best way to advertise your studio. I don't know how effective social media actually is for getting new students.
So I definitely have something to say about that. Instagram, I haven't gotten anybody for lessons through Instagram. My word of mouth is just crazy because I've been teaching since I'm 14 and I still live in the same place. So that's 19 years and it's literally word of mouth. That's how my school became my school. Word of mouth. There's 1 year where I tried Google ads and it's just a waste of money. Don't waste your money on that. Seriously, do not. Facebook is the best. Find like local groups, and I'm in like a Mommies of Novato. I live in Novato, and I posted about my piano clubs, and that's how I started. And it's all Facebook. I haven't gotten anything from Instagram. So definitely a word of mouth. But if you only have 2 students, it's hard to have word of mouth, right? You have to build up to there. So hopefully you're doing such a good job with those 2 that there will be word of mouth. And another thing too, so I'm taking Carly Walton's like Teach Music Online course. And she suggested doing quarterly piano parties, or it's just like you invite a friend. So you do a little online, and it doesn't do like doing recitals in person is a lot of work, right? But if you're just doing it online, it doesn't take much of your time, and it's low key. You're just like, oh, this semester or like trimester we'll do a little performance, and you invite a friend, and that friend is gonna be like, oh, I want lessons. And that's another way I think is very smart to get more kids. So something to think about.
Also, the Nextdoor app is good. I think it.
Yeah, but you can't advertise for yourself. You'll get taken down.
Really? That must be new, because that's how my sister started.
Oh my! I like literally for 4 years, I've never been able to be like, oh yeah, I have a school. Like, yeah, I have plenty of teachers. So the only way I could do that is if other people say, oh yeah, Cascade Melody, no, or that's the only way Nextdoor has worked for me.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's new. Maybe you are allowed now.
Well, my sister's been teaching for years. I don't think it was recent that she.
Okay, I'll have to look up because I'm so scared to be like, yeah, I teach piano because I'm gonna get taken down. So
she did it like once, and then word of mouth took off. Okay. And now she has like a waiting list. So yeah, you don't, once you get a little traction, you won't need to be.
Worrying about yeah.
I think that was all the questions.
I had one. It was Jody asking about Pinterest, and I wrote it down. Let's see. I took a picture. Hold on. Was it hashtag help?
Because I don't remember the question.
It was hashtag help, and I think we talked about hashtag, and then Pinterest tips for building community and visibility. Well, Pinterest is a great platform, and it's not a social media platform, but it's like it's a SEO, search engine optimization platform. So it's a great way to bring them to your website. Or like you have all your books on Amazon, do a cute little graphic. And there's this whole thing about graphics. It has to be a right size, and Pinterest will put it at the top. If it's like a weird size, you won't get noticed. I even hired this guy on Upwork to redo all my pins. And now when he first did it, I had like 44,000 views a month. Now I'm down to like 20K because I'm not like interacting or whatever. But that's a great way to get people to go directly to your website or wherever you want them to. So I just hired someone to do the pins because there's a certain way you should do it that really attracts the eye, and there's like, I don't know, it's a lot of work. So I had to let someone else do it.
Someone asked, what are some platforms we can use to create games and worksheets for students?
I like that.
I think Tara and I use different things, but I use Canva Pro. You can use the free version of Canva. There's just not as much to access if it's free. But I get super creative with it. Like they have tons and tons of templates you can use. I don't use any templates because I'm never satisfied with them. But I think I take the long route. I take the hard route and do everything manually and like every little detail. But Tara, you might have better.
Yeah, no, I'm terrible with Canva, and like, do you guys know Wonder Keys? They have, you'll see other teachers repost their little graphics, and like, you really know it's them right away. And I actually looked up someone yesterday on Upwork. I need help to do it because like, on my to-do list, I have a thing that says create 10 social media images because I want to start creating a whole bank of them for teachers to use for Cascade Method with my little characters. But I don't have time to do that. Or I do, but it's like super time consuming, so I'm going to pay someone to hopefully help me do that. But, so, Canva is a great place to do that, but I do Photoshop. I do everything in Photoshop, just because I'm so used to it. Sorry, I'm blanking now. I see.
So, I would say, if you are a teacher and you do Creative Cloud, it may be spendy, but I think it's like $30 a month, and you literally get every Adobe product for like all your devices on your phone, your tablet, your computer, and you get all of them, including Photoshop. So it might be spendy, but that's really
cool.
So
Jody, are you paying $30 right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Re-sign up with another email, and you'll pay $19.99 because after 2 years it goes up, and after 3 years it goes to $52. Like, these people are nuts. And I call them. I'm like, no. So then I re-signed up with another email, and now you're at $19.99.
Nice. Yeah. So Creative Cloud though, right?
You get all of them.
It's way worth it.
Yeah. Like you get like a video software, audio software, Illustrator, InDesign, Photoshop, like all of them.
Or do you write your music in Photoshop, or do you use like Finale?
I use Sibelius, but then I edit it in Photoshop to make it bigger, or like color it, or do that stuff. Yeah, but I write all my music in Sibelius.
Okay.
Yeah.
So all the programs. I like Canva just because it's really easy to use, and I've used it for years. So maybe I'll switch to Photoshop one day because
you know how to use Canva, like inside out. I'm just like trying to figure it out, and I like how you can animate and stuff in there, but I'm so used to Photoshop that
I do things in Canva that it's not meant to do. Like, I'm writing my method book in Canva,
which is crazy,
but I don't think you're meant to do that. But it takes a lot of like patience and learning, how to format and stuff, because it's not meant to format books.
Yeah, and I think someone had a question for me for the books pricing.
Yeah, so Carolyn actually asked us, how do you get your books published, and how do you price it?
So first, designing the books, I do it in Photoshop. Then I import the PDF into InDesign, and InDesign is where I make the book with the pages and the layouts, and then I upload that. And I use Amazon, which is KDP, Kindle Direct Publishing. And it used to be CreateSpace. But anyway, so I do it through Amazon, and then you decide your pricing, like how much profit you want to do. If you're doing full color, it's a lot more expensive than just black and white interior. The cover is obviously the same. You can just do all color. But, for example, I have 2 books. Most of my books are full color, and I don't get a lot of profit because Amazon takes a lot. But for example, my chords book is like 80 pages and it's full color. It literally costs them $6 something. I'm being very transparent with you guys. $6 something to print, $6 something. And they take, so that's just printing cost. And then they take a profit on top of that. So my minimum price that I can even sell my chords book is 16 something on Amazon. I can't go under that pricing. Like, they won't let me. So that's why it's 18, and I know it's expensive and it's annoying, and I wish I could sell it for less unless I make it black and white, but that's boring. So you price it partially according to the company's rules, and then how much profit margin you're willing to part with, I guess. So black and white books are a lot better because the printing, it's like, I'm not going to say it, but it's not that expensive.
I'm going to jump in there because I have to go, but that is the reason why I even made my books into coloring books. That is the reason, because I made these full color photography books and every book is only 32 pages. It's like $5 to print.
Mhm.
And so when I make this 300-page piano
make
book, and I was
$0.
like, I can't do that. And so I was like, well, how can I still make it colorful? So that's why I created what I did. And I have to go get my kiddo ready for school. So thanks, ladies.
Bye, Jody.
Bye.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited to. I think my method is it's a combination of color and black and white. So who knows how much it's going to be, but I don't. I'm not really too worried about the profit. Like at this point, I really just want like a condensed version of all my
Yeah.
resources and stuff to be put in people's hands. So
Yeah, I've told you this before. Like the amount of hours I spend making certain games and stuff, and what I sell it for, like I will never make that money back for the amount of time I spend on it. But I don't care. Like I just want kids to be happy, and honestly, I know I have my whole lifetime to make it back and some. Like I do this for my kids and my kids' kids, and my method will be there forever.
Yeah.
My books will always be available to be bought forever and ever. It's done. You know what I mean? So
my boyfriend was always like, Abigail, you spend so many hours on your games and you're charging $2.
I know.
What is your
no, my husband's the same thing. Yeah. He's like, "Are you making any money?" I'm like, "No, but I don't care." I mean, I make some, but I mean, I don't do it for that.
Like that little $60 deposit show up. I'm like, oh, I'm so rich.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
30 hours of work.
Yeah, totally. Do you guys have questions right now, like top of your head? Did we have any other ones, or did we cover them all?
We had some other ones, but I think we covered them at the beginning.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks, Amy. I'm glad you guys could come.
No, I need to connect with Molly. You're funny. Thanks, Kelly. Oh, I love it. There's so many mamas in here. I think, that's what I noticed too. So when I first did my website, I thought that my audience would be something, but it's actually totally another. And I think you're not a mom yet, but you're so cute and you love kids. But there's a lot of, I connect very well with teachers who are moms also. And like, I've wanted to be a mom my whole life. So I wanted to be all of you who have kids. Like, I want to be you, like, and I want to be your friend.
I live with a teacher who's a mom, so.
Yeah, there you go. But yeah, I think my audience, I've noticed, is very mom teacher-y,
I love that. Well, if we don't have any more questions, we don't want to take up your whole morning.
Yes, Amy has a recital to get ready for.
Yeah.
Amy, when is your recital?
Today.
Mine's in a week and a half, and I'm like,
oh yeah, no, I would be a disaster if I were.
Well, my kids are doing a YouTube recital, and
Nice.
recording them is a nightmare. Like it's even harder than preparing for a regular recital. I'm like,
I know. Is yours in person, Molly? Molly, are you in?
well, I have a storefront that has windows, and so what we've done in December and now is we put a keyboard up in the window, so the kids are inside. We put a PA on the outside, and then they're in groups of 5, so little 15-minute performance blocks.
Cute.
And so their families can stand on the sidewalk and listen to them outside. So,
Awesome.
I love how you said that.
but it goes all day because everyone's so spread out.
Yeah.
So it's like hours
Right.
and hours, and you're like, welcome. You say welcome like 75 times instead of just like, hello, here's our recital.
Right.
So, what's yours? What's
Wow,
your format?
that's it. We're going to start this after outside today. So we have, I'm pulling a piano outside, just like rolling out a baby grand from where it takes.
That's so cool.
And then the parents are going to sit, they're bringing their own chairs, like they're going to soccer game or something, and they're going to sit in the parking lot.
Good.
So,
I
hopefully
think-
it works.
Yeah, I think there's like a different level of connection when you're like You bring the chair, I'll bring the baby grand.
Yeah. Mhm.
Right. Yeah.
Ours is
so-
weird because I'm teaching in person. Like all my students are in person, but the recital is on YouTube because there's just not enough room.
Right. It is a lot of work to do with those YouTube ones or to get the videos and compile. That's a lot
Yeah.
of editing. Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm kind of glad to just do it and go and be done.
Yeah. I'm doing mine on Zoom on Memorial Weekend, Saturday and Sunday for my
People
school.
could ask. I don't know. Okay.
Yeah, but it's so less work than in person. Like those are the whole week. I'm printing programs. I'm getting roses for the kids. I'm wrapping stuff up. I'm getting food because we do like a little celebration after. I mean, it is one of those most stressful weeks. And I'm like, tell my husband, please just put up with me for 1 week. I'm sorry if I'm a crazy person. So.
I know. My husband and I, well, mostly him, he drove around to 5 different Walmarts finding boxes of sweethearts.
Aw.
A box of sweethearts saying, you played sweetly today or whatever. Because we can't do like a reception with food that when people come to the table. So no place had cups. So he was driving all over the place. And yeah, we were out to like 9 o'clock last night getting paper for printing programs and buying more, ribbon to wrap and whatever. And it was like, why does this happen to me every time? I know it's coming.
I feel like every time I'm like, we're gonna get it. We're gonna make a system. Every time we do this, we're gonna get better and better. And then I'm like, the week before, I'm like, we need to make a makeshift curtain so that like when people are on the outside, we can just like pull back. It's like a real like painting cardboard and get command.
I know, like, it just gets progressively like better, and then we always have more work to do because we have to set the bar higher and higher.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But I should probably jump off
Yep.
so I can start wrapping stuff
No problem.
for tonight.
Okay.
It was so good to see you.
You too,
You guys
ladies.
too.
Yay.
Tara, it was so good to meet you.
Yeah, you too, Molly.
Oh
I
my
will see you
gosh.
on Instagram.
In
Woo.
our next workshop, because we're doing a workshop together.
You and Molly?
Yeah.
Oh! I will be there
Yeah.
in my PJs.
You can do this.
Won't have to get dolled up.
Amazing.
Bye, guys.
Bye, you
Bye.
guys.
Thanks, Abigail. See you guys.
Yeah, bye.
Mm.